Hey, how you doing today? This is your boy Yosa, also known as Jalen, and today I'm here to bring you the negatives of working for Bike Squad. So this is basically like for anybody who's looking or interested in joining Bike Squad. I want you to know the negatives before you decide to apply like I did. Okay, so I'm gonna start off and jump off the bat because, like I said, this is finna be a long video and it's very informational, and I'm telling you the truth. I am not lying to you, not one bit. Anybody that's watching this video and works for Bike Squad can testify that what I'm telling you guys is right, and I'm not lying. Like I said, the reason why I'm making this video because, like I said, it's not a lot of honest reviews about Bike Squad. Because, like I said, I rate this job a good 7 out of 10. So it's just an average job in my opinion. But let's just jump right into it. Okay, so the first con I have to say about this job is that the maintenance on your car will add up and will be more frequently. What I mean by this is that you're going to be driving your car. Expect to drive your car 40 miles to 100 miles a day. Okay, so that's pretty typical. Like anybody who works for Bike Squad, well, if you're actually tracking how many miles you're using, I'm sorry for the stuttering. Like I'm kind of talking too fast because I'm trying to make the video short. But 40 to 100 miles a day. That is a lot of miles in a day, bro. Like that is a lot of miles. Okay, but typically that adds up. Like I said, I've been working here for 8 months. I have had, I'm not even lying, I had over 3 oil changes and 1 flat tire. Okay, so that's just the minimum. Like that's not even including my car and my personal experiences with my actual car. This is like a typical thing that anybody who's working have to deal with. Okay, because like I said, I have a 2006 Buick LaCrosse, so like I guess you could say you can knock off 1 oil change for yours. So like 2 oil changes in that amount of time if you're working full-time like me. And it's still pretty bad. Like I said, that's like that stuff adds up, and it like you making money just to put more money in your car into gas. And I'm gonna just get into all that, but basically that was just the first one. The maintenance on your car, expect that to rise, and the wear and tear on your car is just gonna go up, and it's just you're gonna have issues with your car eventually because, like I said, you are working for a company that you're driving all the time. So my second con I can say is gas spent will overall make your weekly earnings go down. When I first worked for Bike Squad, I wasn't really calculating how much money I was putting into gas because, like I said, it wasn't really a lot to me. Like I said, I wasn't really focused on, oh dang, I'm putting a lot of gas in my car. But now that I've worked here for some time now, I'm really taking out the time to really actually see what Bike Squad is. Okay, so the scam is that you're gonna get, like I said in my previous video, you're making $14 to $15 an hour. Like you're gonna see this throughout. I'm gonna just show you proof, because like I said, I don't lie. I'm just showing you. Let me just get close to the thing. Okay, so this is basically how many. So this is how much I made in 2 weeks. Okay, every 2 weeks is how much I made. This is gonna fluctuate because, like I said, I work different days and all that stuff. So 661. So roughly that's $15 an hour. 360, that's $15 an hour. That's $14.98. Okay. I made $490 in 2 weeks. What's that? That's $15.99 an hour. Okay, so basically you see what I'm saying. You're gonna, like, when you see your 2 weeks, it's gonna say you're making between $14 an hour and $16 an hour. Okay. But when you actually take out the time to realize how much money you're spending in gas, that hourly wage is going to go down, okay? So I'm going to show you how. I'm going to just show you a typical pay stub for me, okay? Well, it's not really typical, but I'm going to show you a pay stub. Because I made this in, okay, so I made $660 in 2 weeks. From that alone, that sounds like good money. Like, overall, that's $15 an hour. Because like I said, I only worked 43.80. I only worked 43.80, if you can see it right there. So that's basically 44 hours I worked, and I made $661. Now, from anybody who's just looking at it, that sounds like good money. It looks like good money for me because, like I said, I'm getting paid $15 an hour. That's good money. But once you take into consideration gas, like I said, I spend at least $20 every other day in gas, okay? So if I get paid every 2 weeks. If I made 660 in 2 weeks, that's 7 days I'm putting gas in my tank. So 20 times 7 is 140. So if you do 661, which is how much money I made in 2 weeks, minus 140, that's 521. And you divide that by how many hours I worked, which is 44, okay? 44, that's only $11.84 an hour, okay? $11.84 an hour. So even though it's saying that on my paycheck I'm roughly making 15 or 14 to $16 an hour, in actual reality, you're only making 11. I'll say you're making $10 an hour to $13 an hour. Okay, so like that's automatically a scam if you actually take out the time on how much profit you're getting, because like I said, you're driving, you're using your car, so that takes gas. Okay, so you're putting money in your car to drive. Okay, so 661 minus 140, that's overall $11 an hour. So that's like a typical job. So basically, it's a scam. Like Buy Squad's gonna tell you, you can make, like I seen on the ad for Buy Squad, you can make up to $19 an hour. That is true. You can't make that an hour, but like I said, when the pay stub comes out and you see your total earnings for the 2 weeks, you're getting paid $11 to $12 an hour, maybe 10. Okay, so that's just a typical job, I say. And that's pretty horrible to me. Like I was really believing that I'm getting paid. Like I was actually promoting this company. Like, hey, I'm getting paid $14 to $15 an hour. But actually, I was lying to myself and I'm lying to people that I was talking to. Because like I said, I'm actually doing the math on how much money I'm spending to put gas in my car. And it's not even including maintenance. And you're going to expect to have maintenance. So this is $11 to $12 an hour. And you're not even including maintenance, okay? Okay, another negative I could say about this job is that, I'll say for instance today, okay? I'll say Buy Squad is a company to where you have a certain amount of money you can make in a shift, okay? So if I work 11 to 1:30, anybody will testify, anybody who's driving for Buy Squad who does the shifts that I do, which is basically the rush guarantee shifts, if I work 11 to 1:30, you're gonna make roughly $30 in that time frame. Okay, so let's say for instance today was a good day for me, because like I said, today was a good day because my first 2 orders were big orders. So in return, if you work in here for a while, if you have a big order, you're gonna get a big tip, if that makes sense. A typical tip is like $2 to $3, okay? But a big tip is, in my opinion, is over $7, okay? So for instance, I did 2 big orders today, and that was I did 2 orders, and that's only 1 hour of me working my shift. So I made $10 every tip. They tipped me $10 every on both orders. They tipped me $10 each, if that makes sense. So that's $20 I made in literally 1 hour. That's good money, right? Okay, what Buy Squad does, they're gonna end your shift. So if you're scheduled to work 11 to 1:30 and you made $20, and it's only 12 o'clock, you only been working 1 hour, they're gonna end your shift. Why are they gonna end your shift? Because there's a certain amount of money. If you're making too much money, and like if the customers is tipping you too much money, they're gonna end your shift as soon as possible. Because like I said, there's a certain amount of money you can make in a shift, and that's just horrible. That is horrible, bro. Like it's kind of smart from a business standpoint, but in terms of a delivery driver, who I feel like I said many times, I'm a hard worker. Like I value being courteous to the customers. I value being on time. Delivering my food, or delivering their food in a timely manner, and I believe delivering it right and just making sure everything is right with the order, okay? I do all that, and I value my tips because, like I said, I feel like I deserve them. But for them to end my shift because I made too much money or the customers tipped me too much money, it's absolute bullcrap, bro. Okay, so I'm gonna say, for instance, like this happened today. Like I made $20. I made like roughly $22 in 1 hour. So I had 11 to 1:30. At 12 o'clock, at 12:03, I made $23. Okay, that's good money. So I sent them a message. I said, why has my shift ended so early again? Because I said again because, like I said, this has happened multiple times. This time I decided to speak out on it because, like I said, this is frustrating. I'm preparing for work. I'm putting my uniform on to work that shift. I don't want my shift being ended early. Like, it's just bull crap. Okay, so I sent dispatch a message, okay? If you didn't know, you can text dispatch. If you work for Bike Squad, if they, like, they're going to send you messages from their, dispatch going to send you messages. They're going to say, do not reply. But, one of the drivers that work for Bike Squad told me that you could text them back and they will reply. And they do. Okay, so I texted them, why is my shift ended early again? I only was working 1 hour. And you know what he said? You know what dispatch said? They said, I meant to send you on break, but they ended my shift. I know that's bullcrap because, like, you cannot say you meant to send me on break when you ended my shift, okay? And this happened multiple times. This is the actual time where I actually was frustrated. So I sent them a message like, hey, why is my shift ended, okay? Because in my mind, I'm really, okay, that's a good day for me. Like, I make tip, they tip me good money. I'm making extra money this day, okay? I'm proud of that, but Bike Squad is not going to let you succeed and prosper. If you're making too much money in a certain amount of time, they're going to end your shift, and that's just absolute bull crap, bro. Like, you can expect to make, I would say, if you're working 2 shifts, you took 2 shifts today, so just say you took 2 shifts today, you're not going to make over $100, bro. They're going to end your shift before you make $100. It don't matter if you're getting tipped good, like me in this instance, or you getting tipped bad. They're gonna, like I don't know how to explain it, but just like, I be trying to work to make extra money. Okay, so if I know I'm getting tipped good money, I want to work my shift. Okay, I want to make extra money today, but they're not gonna let you do that. And basically, that's all I'm trying to say. So, another con is that another con is, like, when I first started working here, okay, so I live in Arkansas, so a city of Arkansas is Little Rock. I live in Little Rock, so I live in Little Rock, the city of Arkansas, okay? So I clock in Little Rock, I get a nearby order in my neighborhood, okay? So boom, I'm right. So somehow, after like, I'll say 2 to 4 orders, you get sent off to different cities like North Little Rock, Sherwood. This is only if you know the Arkansas area. But basically, they're sending you off to different cities, and you end up in a different city. So if you work 5 to 8:30, and at 8 o'clock or at 8:30, you're in North Little Rock, or you're in a different city than where you actually live, they're gonna end your shift right then and there. So it don't matter how far away you are. Dispatch is gonna end your shift if they're not busy and it's like a typical order day, like they're getting like the orders they predicted and it's not busy. They're gonna end your shift wherever you are, and I hate that because, like I said, it's been times where I would be 30 minutes away from my house and they would end my shift in the middle of nowhere or in a different city that's far away from my house, and that's totally frustrating because, like I said, I expect to be getting paid to go there, and I expect to be getting paid to come back. Because, like I said, I started in Little Rock, I should end in Little Rock, but that's not how Bike Squad works. They don't care. They don't care where you are when it's 8:30. If they're not busy, they don't care where you are. They're going to end your shift wherever you are. So you have to drive, you have to spend your own gas money to go back home. And that's just horrible, bro. That's horrible. I'm pretty sure that's with any delivery job, but like I said, I just don't like that about the company. Another con is that another con about this job is if you start working here, I'm literally giving you a tip, okay? So when I started working here, so if I had to work a 5 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. shift, okay, so like if I work 5 to 8:30, boom. So it's around 8:30. I'm thinking in my head that I'm finna get off, okay? So I know this is finna be my last order. They're gonna ask you to stay over, and sometimes they don't even ask you to stay over. They're gonna just continuously give you orders to make you stay over, even if they say you're gonna make, even if they say your shift is a 5 to 8:30. At 8:30, if they're busy, only if they're busy, like if it's benefiting them. If they're busy, they're gonna want you to stay over, or they're just gonna force you to stay over. What I mean by this is that you can't clock out whenever you want to. Dispatch has to clock you out. That's pretty stupid to me. Like I know they have their reasons for that, but like overall, when it's time for me to get off work, and if you tell me to clock in at 5 and my schedule says 5 to 8:30, I'm expecting to get off at 8:30. But if they're busy, they're gonna want you to stay over, and they're gonna sometimes force you to stay over. What I mean by force you to stay over is that you can't clock out. You cannot clock out. So like I said, they're gonna basically force you to accept the order. Like I said, I have grown older, and I have realized that I'm just gonna, me personally, if I'm ready to get off, I'm not gonna accept the order that's gonna pop up. Because like I said, if it's time for me to go, I'm ready to go home. I'm not gonna accept the order, and you don't have to accept the order. Like I said, they pressured me, like I said, because you can't end your shift. Like, they have to end your shift for you. And it's just like, it's really just a scummy way to do business. They want you to stay over whenever it's benefiting them and they're busy. But like, if they're not busy, they're going to end your shift super early. It don't matter how early it is. They're going to end your shift super early. And that's just like trash. Like, how you going to expect me to be there for you when you can't be there for me, if that makes sense? Like, I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Like, this is just my frustrations with Bite Squad, the company in general. And like, I want everybody to know this. Because like I said, I'm not lying to you. Anybody who works for Bite Squad knows that these cons that I'm telling you guys is true. And you can literally look this in the like to dislike ratio, because like I said, I do not lie. I'm a firm believer in not being one-sided. Like I said, I'm going to make a pros video, but I'm just being honest that the cons of this job really outweigh the pros. And that's just totally honest. Another con about this job is that no incentives for being there long term. So a good thing about the job I can say is that when I first got started, they had us have a goal. Okay, the goal was to successfully deliver 100 orders and maintain your driver rating to a 90%, and you will get $100 Bite Squad credit. So what this means is, you start off when you first get hired, you got 100% driver rating. If you maintain over a 90% and you have over 100, if you successfully deliver 100 deliveries, they're gonna give you $100 Bite Squad credit. That means you can go on the Bite Squad app and buy literally whatever you want. You can spend your $100. You can literally buy one thing. You can buy like 7 items off a restaurant and spend your $100, or you can just split it out. Just buy one order. Just like spend $10 every day, if that makes sense. But overall, like, they give you $100 to spend because you successfully delivered 100 orders while maintaining a 90% driving rating. That is great. But the con about this is that I've been over here 8 months. Like, I have delivered over 1,200 deliveries. Like, it's over 1,200 deliveries. And I have not received not one incentive for being there long term or successfully delivering 1,000 or something like that. Like, it's no incentives for working for Bite Squad long term. And it's just backwards in my opinion. Like, any typical job, they're gonna reward the people who've been there for a while, who does their job and like knows the ins and outs of the job. But no, Bite Squad is different. They're gonna reward you $100 Bite Squad credit when you first get hired on, and then after that, there's no incentives of working. Like there's no benefits of working for Bite Squad besides just to make money on your own time, if that makes sense. That's another negative about Bite Squad. I said in my notes, I'm not trying to be biased. I'm not trying to be biased. So there are most definitely pros about working here, and I will make a video on that because, like I said, there's a reason why I'm still here. Like, I'm not trying to bash. Well, I guess you could say it's bashing because I do get frustrated about these things like any other typical job. But like I said, in my opinion, the negatives really outweigh the pros, and I really if you, I don't know. You just have to, I'm gonna make a pros video, and you just have to, I don't know. You have to decide yourself if you want to work for this job or not. Because, like I said, I'm literally telling you all the negatives that I have experienced for working for this company. And in my opinion, like I said, the negatives really outweigh the positives. So basically, that's my little rant. You can say it's a rant, but I'm literally being honest with you guys. These are the negatives of working for the company. So if you can withstand these negatives, then the job is for you. And I really encourage you to work for Bite Squad. Like, I'm not trying to downplay Bite Squad. Like, they're at the end of the day, they are a business, and their whole purpose is to make profit. But like I said, they can treat their delivery drivers a little bit better than they have. And that's all I really want to say about the company. But yeah. So my next video is going to be the pros about working for Bite Squad. So I really want you guys to watch that video. Sorry for this video being very long, but it was very informative. And I really do believe that I was being reasonable and I was being honest. So if you guys like the video, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you want me to do another video about my opinions on certain things, I like, you can ask my girlfriend. I do like sharing my opinion about anything. And if you guys want me to make like unpopular opinion videos, then I will. Like, I'm just gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna do that with me and my girlfriend. But yeah, hope you guys liked the video. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.